Time for Mr. Truck, reviewing the latest innovations for your truck and trailer.
Mr. Truck here with her continuing series about aftermarket accessories for my truck. That's the cool thing about truck. You can accessorize them, you can personalize them, make them just the way you want them. If you're doing a lot of off-road, you'll do those accessories. If you need toolboxes, running boards, all the things you need, and we're going to keep adding to this truck because I can. Now today we're doing the edge trimmer. It's on the edge of the doors. I've done the other side already, and I always do this to my trucks. And that protects you when you open a door at Walmart and hit somebody. It's going to protect their vehicle. And that's the thing. I go to Walmart too much or any of these parking lots. And they're not made for full-size trucks. They're made for go-karts. There's just not enough room. So you do what you can to park far enough away in the middle of the lines, and you still get dings. And that's the worst part of it, is that edge of your door that hits things, and it can chip paint. So I always try to protect that to help me and the people parked next to me. So this one is a Cowles Custom Truck SUV edge trim in black. And this, I really like this. See if you can see that, what that is. I know the website, I bought this from O'Reilly's. That's my favorite parts store. But this is, I think it's 8 foot, and you have to have one for each side with some left over. But it's easy to install. It's self-adhesive. It has some kind of a glue or some sticky thing inside the groove, so it sticks really well. And it's a UV protected for longer life, of course. But we're going to put it in there, and you got to push and push and push to get all the way around there. Follow all the curves, and the front doors on these 150s are really curved up underneath, so you got to push hard on those. But this will protect you, keep that truck looking good for a long time. I'm going to spray it down with my simple green sprayer to clean the debris off, make sure it's a clean surface, wipe it all down, let it dry a little bit, and then I'll start adding this to it. But that's what you need. You need a pair of scissors, or the kind of tools that chops off rubber hoses is the best. My son's not here, so I'd borrow his. And of course a rag. And I use simple green. You can use anything. 409, you can use Windex. Whatever it takes, as long as you're not super grimy. And I'm not super grimy yet, even though this truck goes through periods where it is very grimy. So I am going to start doing this. So come watch us and see how this works. So I'm just hosing this edge down. See, look at that curve. Maybe both these have that. It's got a really sharp curve. It's a little tricky to get that through there. I'm going to wipe all this down. I'm going to start clear up here where this rubber ends from the inside. It's got double gaskets on it, so that'll make it look all uniform. So I'm going to start right there. Want to get it dry, get all the grime around the curves so that it stays. What I'm going to try to do this time is keep this edger inside the box and let it coil out to me, because I don't want to get it dirty. So I'll see if that works, where I just take the edge and pull it out and let that sit on the ground. And then I'm going to go up here and push it in. Now it needs to be tight, and it needs to be all the way in. You want it all the way in. You keep pushing on it. It is a tight fit. It's snug. That's what you want. So you keep pushing it in all the way through. The tricky part is when you go around the curves, because there's a lot of curves on this Ford door. I guess that's how I want. Truck with curves. Oh. Yeah, this first curve is really tight. So you gotta be able to push it up into the curve. I'm an old man. I got arthritis in my thumb, so this is never easy. Never easy. You're doing this stuff. Push it up into that curve. That little bend there is the biggest curve on this door. Once you get into the curves, this thing, you have to push it harder and harder and harder. You want it all the way in. It does. It has like a glue on it of some kind. I call it just an adhesive, but I think it's a 3M product. You can see where it flares out a little on the inside. And if I've got pushed in far enough, that's okay because it flares in on the inside and out on the it flares out on the inside and in on the outside, so that will not hurt it if you have a little bit of a bulge in it at that curve. It's so hard to... Now look at this. This is like a straight corner. What in the world were they thinking of? I don't know if that's for sound or for mud or what, but this rascal certainly shoots underneath there, and I'm going to cut that off. Yeah. I want to know where it's going to come out at. And that's my surgical scissors. If I were to do surgery on you, this is what I would use to cut your bandages off. Yeah, make sure I get all the dirt off of the remainder, because it should be enough to do the front. Now if you can see in there, you see inside the hole, you can see that glue or whatever it is. It's a tube or roll of glue inside there. So hopefully you can see that with the camera. But that's how much glue's in. It fills the back side up, so you got to push it all the way to the back side for that to do any good. And then finish pulling this in. And you got a lot of dried in too. Ford, for some reason, they have another strip of plastic adhesive or something on the inside of the door, which makes the door twice as thick. And this is the hardest part. This part down to bottom is the adhesive or whatever Ford put in here. These plastic pieces that are glued to the door are very tough. There we go, I got it. I'm so happy. I've got it all pushed on. I didn't cut that up exactly on the bottom, but what do you expect, man? This is a home project. I'm sure you can do a little better than I have. Make sure it's all stuck in deep so it hits that glue. And I've taken these off, and that glue, you can take it off with the same thing, whether it's alcohol or some of these cleaners. So it's not like permanent. You can get all this off. I got that bottom lip shoved in there and all of that. So there we go. Let that dry. We do tell you how long to let it dry. Actually, I should probably read the instructions occasionally. Easy to apply, hood, trunk lid, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. I probably got to open it up and read the instructions on the inside. I don't read, oh, there it is, English. Got to be above 65 degrees, and that's about what it is. And then you clean and get the wax free, and you cut the molding, press molding, apply pressure, allow adhesive to bond molding for 3 days before washing. Oh, that makes sense. Before I take this to the car wash, I gotta wait 3 days. 3 days. That's okay. I waited longer than 3 days before. So that's what that looks like. Close. Well, I'm actually going to show you on camera. Get open and closed. See, there it is. I got it right up against that weather strip on the door. And you can see, and it gets really wicked right at the bottom. That's the tough part. Close the door. And see, isn't that cool? Goes right up to there, which is actually where the crease in the door is. Matches to that rubber seal from the factory. And look at that. Looky, looky, looky. It's clear underneath there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the first one. And I'll do the second one. Tell you about that piece of plastic that's in there. Well, it's some kind of a, I don't know what it's made of, but anyway, it's like glued inside the door. And then at the bottom, where this door, both these doors go underneath, it has some kind of a coating on it. It's a rough coating. So I don't know what it's made of. You're probably urethane or something. And they did that for the rocks and the sand on the bottom of the door, because the door does have a piece that's just totally flat on the bottom. So that's a good thing. And I'll show you a close-up of this piece. And then I'll start adding things to it. See, there it is. Hoping you can see it in there. But that, you can see that little lip inside the lip. It's like a piece of plastic or something. Yeah. And that makes that lip about twice as thick. I'm not sure how, I'm sure it's some kind of protection thing, but I don't know how that works. Now let's see if I can show you underneath the edge of the door here. See if you can see that, because it's kind of you can see the color changes, and it's a rough texture, but it's an extra coating to protect the bottom of the door. So this is cool. You know, last week we did the Duha under seat storage in the back seat. I love that. Got it all full, packed up, and one of you folks reminded me that I had pockets in the back of the seat, so that's where I put my CDL bracket. I appreciate that. I don't always know everything, and that's working out well. And we've got that rubber textured floor mats that fit the whole contour. Almost every square inch of carpet's covered by, which I like. And I've already got a pile of sand on the other side that stayed in that the sides of it, the contoured sides. So now I can just vacuum it out and won't be all over the carpet or anywhere else. So we're making progress. And I'm starting this right at the very top so it matches the angle of the top of the door. And get it in there tight. Should I? Yeah, that's a really tight corner. If I go past the lip, the edge to the rubber molding, it might look better, but that's way too tight of a corner because it'll flare up, and I don't want to open pieces where dirt's going to get in. So I'm going to start right at the crease, right below the molding. Let's see if I can get this done. I got to hurry. I've got one of my granddaughters turns 11 today, and I don't want to miss out on the cake. So I got to hurry, get to town, see the grandkids. Of course, this looks really cool on a white truck. You got all these black things on here. Got it's black molding, great contrast with the white truck. And then real soon, you guys know my mechanic Ruben Greeley, best transmission mechanic out there, and I'm going to get some iron cross bumpers for me for this truck. So I got a little more off-road look. I haven't decided if I'm going to put that 2-inch lift from Ford with the Fox shocks yet. I've heard that they ride rougher, and I do not want to make the ride rougher. But anyway, yeah, Ruben is going to give me the front and rear bumper. Probably told you this, but yeah, I had I was parked at Burger King, just minding my own business on the phone, and this older gentleman pulls up with his 960 Volvo right in my parking slot, and he hit the gas instead of the brake, and pow, right in my front bumper. Yeah, that's what a Volvo did to my bumper. So I'm starting to think that these factory bumpers may not be the best. Kind of crunched me. And what I get from Ruben, the Iron Cross, will have a 2-inch square receiver in the front so I can put my snow plow on here. Because we're in a country, we need a snow plow. And I thought, holy cow. And of course he had insurance, we exchanged all that stuff. Then I found out that he didn't have insurance, but what irritated me is 960 Volvo, and it was like an older car, probably 20 years old, hit my bumper. Didn't even put a scratch on that Volvo, but it just totally crunched in my bumper. So I thought, wait a minute, maybe I don't want these factory bumpers. So we're gonna redo the bumpers on this truck. So I'll be ready for that next Volvo that hits me. But yeah, a lot of projects coming. Hopefully I got a tonneau cover coming. We'll do that. And yeah, watch out for those old Volvos, man. Those guys, something else. And then it turned out he didn't have insurance. I mean, he had insurance. He said he had insurance, but according to the insurance company, he didn't have insurance. So here I am, You know, try to figure that plan out, but that happens. So my insurance is going to pay for it, and then I'll pay for a deductible, which I really don't like, but we're getting this truck looking pretty spiffy. Get those new off-road iron cross bumpers on here, it'll look cool. So there you go. Got my black protectors on the edge of the door. You know, I've got a lot of stuff on here. Put these trailer mirrors on there, the Bedline X, and Sumo springs on the back, and we put on those the floor mats and that Duha organizer under the seat. We're going to just keep going. I think tonneau cover's next. Well, bumper will be next. We'll keep modifying this truck like you folks are doing. Y'all out there modifying your trucks, make them more personal. MrTruck here with another trailer accessory review. This time it's about trailer tires. Trailer tires are the bane of my existence. In the last 2 years I had 5 trailer tire blowouts. Each time it happens, it tears up a fender, cracks my clearance lights, demolishes my license plates. Trailer tires are so close together they throw nails at each other. And if you've trailered much, you know that trailer tires are not the best made. There's only a handful that are any good. And they're not as good as truck tires. So, I wanted a way to monitor my air pressure and my heat on my trailer tires, so I know when something's about to happen. Before it happens, it costs me a pile of money. Now you can know what you can't see. Real-time tire pressure and temperature. There's a low battery alarm, a high pressure alarm, a low pressure alarm, high heat alarm. So I wanted one that would go inside the tire like they do on my truck. And, you know, I've tried those kind that just screw on your valve stem. They're about the size of golf balls. And of course, if you got a horse tied to the trailer, he'll paw it off or chew it off. And those are like 50 bucks a piece, so they're, you know, they're easy to get stolen too. Everything I was looking for was in this unit. The tire pressure unit's inside the tire, out of the way. Just one repeater on the trailer to amplify the wireless signal to the truck, and just a wireless receiver monitor in the truck. MrTruck here, going over some accessories that I use. Now, of course, you know I've got like 4 cameras on every time we do a video shoot, reviewing a truck or an accessory or a trailer. And I've used a lot of different mounts. My favorite one, and I just got 3 new ones, is Ram mount. Ram mounts, I've had these 10 years ago on a device that it bolted underneath your front seats of your truck and it swung around. It was made for a laptop. It had these clamps that had springs on them, held your laptop in place. And I was going down the road, I could check email when I, you know, was sitting still. And I could also check websites and all that going on the road, because I used to travel all around the country with a couple of trailers, going to horse expos. So I had to do a lot of business on the road. And I loved that thing. It was a Ram mount laptop holder, and a lot of semis use them now. That was years ago. But now I really like their clamps. This one here, and I'll show you, hooked onto an ATV. It's made for handlebars or round bars, and you can put whatever kind of camera you want to on top. We have some GoPros and some Sonys, so I have both mounts to go on that. But it's got one clamp in the middle, and it's got these ball joints. And that one clamp spring-loaded in the middle will tighten both of them up, so it's much faster, much more efficient type of a camera mount. Another one that we're going to be using with Kelsey tomorrow on this Ram 3500 is this one. It's got a suction cup. I've got this 1/4-inch mount on the other end, same thing, with one switch, tightens it and loosens it. I like this. And this will go on our windshield. And this is what we're going to talk into tomorrow. Very nice. And it got great suction cup. It's got a single lever. See how close you can get to see that. One lever underneath, put suction, you can see the top going in and out. In and out, and that's what holds it together. Very strong mount, much better than what I have been using. I've got a lot of older mounts that I've used for a long time, and they're all rattling. You hear them in the video. So we're getting rid of those and going with these Ram mounts. And the third one I'm using is a little shorter. They got 3 different sizes here. They're all different lengths. And this, I've got the GoPro on, and we'll have this actually on the back of the truck, maybe on the glass, a lot of places. And you can see how short that one is. So basically it goes to Baby Bear, like we use on TFL on trucks. And this one here is Mama Bear, the next length. And then of course Papa Bear, named after me. Different lengths, and all with ball joints on them, very adjustable. That's what's cool about these. But I'll just show you all three of these mounted like we're going to use them, and that will be so cool, so you can kind of see the behind the scenes of how we use our camera mounts. So watch this. Thanks for watching.